mercy, mercy me. Old things ain't what they used to be. No. Can't remember the rest, and I really don't want UMG to pull down my content.
Hmm. What up?
What up,
What up? What
son?
up? What up? What up?
What up, thug? What up,
What up, gang?
gangster? Yeah. I'm thinking 50 Cent has made his impact on us. Eh?
Heck yeah!
Uh-oh.
50
Look at
cents.
who's online. My son.
50 cents.
My
Oh,
son is in the
hey.
chat saying, "What's up, stream father?"
String father.
Stream father.
Oh.
I just said to him, I'm Gucci.
Oh my
I
god.
guess I know who my subscribers are.
I can't if you're. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
So, Kisa?
Welcome.
Oh,
Welcome.
welcome. Yes, welcome one and all.
Welcome ourselves
Mm-hmm.
to another day. We've made it to another day.
You do.
What would he do? Let's see
I
who's
don't
who.
know.
Let's see who pulls off first line. What else
He'll
he
ask
do?
21 questions.
He'll ask me a
He'll ask,
question.
and they'll be all about us.
He'll put a hole in a for with. That's what
Many
he'll do.
men,
That's what he'll do.
many
He'll ask 21
men
questions later.
wish life on me,
Oh.
and I don't cry no more. Yo, big up to Sika in the chat, say he's passing through.
Who?
Bill Sika Stanislaus of Soufriere is in the
Oh,
chat.
hello, hello.
Greetings.
Hello. All right, what we doing? Let's go. Start.
Dude,
Start.
you running the show, man. Listen, you got the
Me?
dot. Red dot got him. You got production with you. You the one that had notes the last time, so I'm ready to
Production
roll.
is
I'm just happy.
not with me. Production has gone to do work. And
Oh lad.
I had notes last time. Okay, whatever. I said I already asked I already opened it up. I said, what were your reasons to live for this week?
Oh,
We're jumping right in. That's what we had to discuss and share.
I just got my reason to live, yo. I pulled up on the live, and the first person in the chat was Mr. Ado Rocks himself. That's all
Oh,
I need. I'm good to go. Take the
he is
cake.
still out here doing his
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Doing his tang. Tang
Okay,
to
so
tang.
Aiden and
And the ability to breathe, talk, create, explore, love constantly, daily.
you sound very saturated.
What does that mean?
You
You
don't know
mean
that meaning
sound
of
wise or like
saturated? Huh?
no, I mean sound wise, it could mean that my mic is too loud and that you're not really hearing the depth of my voice.
I mean xylo wise.
You mean what?
I mean xylo wise.
Oh, okay. No, break it down for the kids in the back.
No, I'm not gonna break it down. You say.
What does it mean to be
You sound
saturated? Saturated is
distracted.
like I'm not distracted at all. I'm fine.
Okay. All right.
I was trying to pull up the soundboard, but I can't find
Oh,
it. So
that's
I'm
what
just like
happened. I say like where
maybe
you.
that make you feel like I'm distracted, but I'm definitely not distracted. Mhm.
Mm. All right. Reason to live. What are we doing? Why we do it?
We do it because documenting the process of our lives, our week to week, when we can, according to you and your Instagram posts.
Bon
Not
Dieu,
only
that touch you somewhere. You feel away.
not only brings not only brings value to
Spice. You and Spice had a
ourselves, but it
conversation
brings
about
value to
it.
our community.
Hey.
Listen,
Okay,
I
so
think if I
something
go on,
is
I think
wrong.
if I go on Instagram right now, if I go on Instagram right now, that is like the only thing that I was tagged in. So I'm just honoring it. Okay.
And you also didn't even
Excuse me.
like it. So do not even come for me there this afternoon.
Oh, I didn't like
This
it. Are
afternoon
we
there.
doing that now? Have we gotten? Is this where we've gotten?
It apparently.
Is this where we are?
So what happened? As I say, what happened? As I say, when we can. What happened with that? Isn't that how we do? Isn't
you
that,
you're the one that sounds triggered, you know. I appreciate it.
but you
I
not
love
bring
it.
it up. So
I brought it up because I wanted to make it a part of. I valued what you said when you said it, and I wanted to comment on it. Hey, listen, wow, you deleted, man. I can't even find it. Oh, here it is.
delete it. No,
I
I'm not.
I just
I'm
liked
not
it.
one of those humans. Temporary pause.
You don't cover your digital tracks.
Temporary post. Me. Cover?
Felt
What do you
cute.
mean?
Might delete later.
Exactly. So keep my daily data. All right, cool. Let's see. Let's see. Let me try and find my double dutch jump in here.
Hmm.
Honestly, I'm very tired. Boy, I'm very tired. I had a very full week. I had a very hard week. Actually, I lost somebody this week. It's been a rough week. But I also I was also looking forward, like a part of me was feeling like maybe we should cancel today because I was just feeling so low. And then I was like, all the more reason to come on and just share exactly what's
I
going
appreciate
on.
that.
Yeah, like I had mentioned last week that I was going to be trying out a new schedule and all sorts of different things because just trying to recalibrate. And I guess the word that I always like to like use words and themes for things. So I think that I came up with this morning based on how I was feeling. I was like, we're the reparators, like those who put the spotlight on reparations and what repairing looks like. So even for example, last like on a fun note, last week I sent you like what 22 freestyles overnight, like some random
People
production
have work. I
line.
have so much work there. I have so much work to do. I
And
can never complain about not being able to create. Thank you so much.
well, thank you too, obviously. And so it's so funny because production has never actually been in studio. Like, so when we were just like vibing, I was like, they were like, oh, like we sending that to Dupes, everything, like raw like that, just everything. And I'm like, yes, we sending
Hmm.
everything because you just never know what he'll hear,
Where
how we'll
exactly?
use it later. We're doing all the drops, all the plugs, we're just sending everything because
Tooth bagay.
you're going to repair it. You're gonna get this. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna create a sound for it. You're gonna match our voices to it. We're gonna have to do it
Too
again.
many, I like it raw.
Yeah,
According to Wu
exactly.
Tang. Yeah.
So we were. I was like, oh, how every drop is a good drop. We doing what we have to do. Um. Anyway, that's like the fun side. But I was just making that the comparison of repairing. So putting
Hmm.
together again, and when things are separated or divided, or stressed out or spent, it takes a lot of integrity and a lot of time and energy and very well worth it to
Hmm.
repair. And then remember last, I think week before, I spoke about the budget. So end of my budget stuff, I was talking about the food and the budget
Hmm.
and stuff. And then like every end of the month we sit and do like our finances and just watch what we have and what we spent. Just watch it. Just look at it, see where we giving our money in the economy, see how we can spend that better. Like simple things like today I decided, okay, we're only buying red lentil pasta instead of regular pasta. Just an example. Just wherever you can make healthier choices or different choices or experiment, play with your needs, your
Right.
food, whatever. So um just reparations all around, reparations on your schedule, reparations on, well, mine, because I'm talking about me, but I'm putting it out to the network.
No,
So
it's reflective. I think there's different people going through and experiencing it.
yeah, so
I
that's
never
where
thought about.
that's my state of mind and my energy there. Like I'm really tired, but just grateful, like touch base and touches it up. Like I honestly climb up this week on my belly, like climb up the mountain on my belly this week. So I'm just like, I've made it to the top
You did it.
of this
You did
little
it.
plateau. Huh?
You did it. You did it. Dupes did it. You did it.
Dupes
You
did it,
definitely did it.
so
Yeah,
therefore we did it. Yeah.
we did
So
it.
just thank you for us. Like no, like I don't have no major hype or focus. Just thanks, and putting out that message of really shining a light on reparations for yourself. Like just like when you work out and you need to rest,
Mm-hmm.
when
Oh,
you
I
work
learned that
out,
this week.
yeah, when you try a new muscle. And I went and do I got sick too because I took all these different immune system builders because I knew I was going
Oh
to be
my
having a heart
lord.
attack,
So your
right?
microbiome was like, here we go.
And then I was doing my regular exercise, which is just like dancing to work up a sweat. And then something take me, the VAP take me. I start doing
The
push-ups. I start
wonderful,
doing
wonderful
how
Vap.
much thing.
You were inspired. You were inspired.
I did not fall on bread X the next day, but my body was like, what you doing? What you
Yeah. What have no, what have you been doing? What have you been doing? And where do you think you're going with that? I can relate. I can relate because they
It's
like
like
I
when you
tried
want to
out this.
pioneer walk and you're walking how long and you're sticking that.
I can definitely relate. I can definitely relate. Because I had there's like this machine, there's this ab machine at the gym where like it literally crunches you, like you move you lift and like it brings your knees to your belly, blah blah blah, whatever. And you're like, oh, this is dope, look at that, look at that. I'm like,
And
this is
suppose
dope.
they take the electricity, what happened
No,
to
no, it's
you?
not electrical. It's all your momentum. You don't have to. You. How do I? It's your momentum moves it, but it's
Oh, I
like
thought it was
by
crunching
you.
you. I said,
No,
and
no,
so
no, no,
you
no.
have
I'm
to
not.
stick.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. You crazy? I don't even like
How did they
robots. I have
take the
feet.
electricity, Iris?
I respect it. I respect it. But it's like you wake up the next morning and I don't even know. You cough or you laugh. You know, like when you laugh and your belly hurts. Well, trust me, I didn't even have to laugh for my belly to start hurting.
That's like when you're at a party, how long, and you say you go in and dance, and you they're going down all night. Yeah,
Hmm.
boy. Yeah, when
And
you
if
wake up
you
in the
hung over, yeah. So it's that. It's trying the new things that you think are good for you, but doing them in excess and realizing that
AA. Oh my god, am I alone? Am I alone? Guys, if you can hear me, I think Dupes got cut off. Let's see if he can come back. I don't even know how to use it because it's Dupes platform. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. I don't know if I should hold the line. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Hopefully he'll message me privately. Help! And I can't even see the chat for anybody to explain to me what to do. This is terrible. All right, I'm gonna go, and then we're gonna come back on.
I guess if doing too much was a person, that would be me.
I was floating in space.
I saw you. I saw you. You were doing this. I'm watching you on the YouTube page, and I'm
I was
like,
like, guys, if you're listening, I don't know what to
she's
do.
trying to
I don't know
summon
how
me
it
back to
works.
the chat. Yeah, I'm back. Don't ask me what happened because I really don't know. I didn't even really
They
touch
take the
anything.
electricity while we're doing our crunches. That's all.
This is facts. Another reason to live. Losing the electricity and getting it back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I so yeah, it's like doing new things
Yeah.
the that we think are good for us, they are good for us, but doing them in excess to the point where it's kind of like, yeah, like, but you have to allow the process of doing the new things to play its role. Don't force it, Stop
Yeah.
forcing it. Hmm. It's important.
Oh, I know. We had homework.
Did we? I definitely didn't do it.
We were
Unless I
gonna
did it like
talk about
metaphysically.
we're gonna talk about procrastination, I said.
Oh, cool. Well, I procrastinated on the homework.
How you mean, Uncle? We didn't actually talk about it because I said that we won't
Oh,
talk
we
about
didn't?
it. Huh?
Then I definitely did. Then I definitely did the homework because I feel like we spoke about it.
All right, then we'll move on.
No, we're not moving on. Come on, let's go. Let's go. What was the
Well,
homework? I can answer first since I'm a delinquent. Mhm.
I had asked. I told whoever was listening, if you
The chat,
interview
yes.
in the chat, to look up the definition and the etymology, which is the root of the wood, to find out how woods change over time. To just understand like where we are with that, so that they
Okay.
could find, so anybody could find themselves with it. But then from a sacred dialogue point of view, which is my work, we always break the words
Mm-hmm.
down to how they sound and
Mm-hmm.
how they hit the body. Like when you hear procrastination, what's the feeling that comes with that?
Okay. So can we start with the original definition and then go from there?
You have it.
Procrast, and they actually break it down, eh? Procrastinate. A verb to delay or postpone action, put off doing something. It won't be this price for long, so don't procrastinate.
Yeah.
Origin mid 16th century, Latin procrastinat, deferred till morning, from the verb procrastinare, from pro, forward, crastinus, belonging to tomorrow.
Thank you. And then etymology.
I don't have all that. Huh? My Siri not that serious.
Just type in procrastination etymology,
This
ETYM etymology.
ETY.
MOLY.
How much is that doggy in the window?
That's one of the first songs
It
I ever
said,
knew.
really?
Imagine that. This was the first song you ever know. Like the first memory of a song. First time you ever heard a song on the radio. They used to play it. They used to play it at a bar across the street from where I lived in Vieux. And I used to hear, or the lady next door used to play it. I don't know.
It
It
would
was
have to
fun.
be this thing like Baby Beluga.
Baby Beluga. That's my niece's favorite.
Baby
Yeah, I know it.
Beluga, Baby
Baby
Beluga,
Beluga.
is the water warm? Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, man,
Baby
all day, all
beluga
night.
in the deep blue sea.
Baby
Seems
Beluga in the
so
deep blue
I
sea.
cannot.
Yes, yes, yes.
This is hilarious. Anyway,
Procrastinate. Origin, it just says Latin, crass. Tomorrow, Latin, crastinus. Pro, forward. Latin, procrastinare. Latin, procrastinat. Deferred till morning.
okay. So good.
Okay.
So when you hear the word in our society, so we're looking at connotative, which means how the society sees it, and then denotative, meaning the actual meaning in the dictionary. So denotative for dictionary, connotative for society. Um, or colloquial. So how it's generally perceived, what are some of the feelings that we get when we talk about procrastination? What are some of the things we're encouraged to feel?
You're asking me?
Yeah,
Anxiety,
right.
guilt,
Well, anxiety,
shame.
what? Guilt, shame, yeah. Just general
Yeah.
feeling bad, right? It's not a good feeling.
Hmm. Not at all.
But if you just look at it like from the space of the denotative meaning, it all it says is putting off until tomorrow,
Hmm.
right? So
Yes.
your body, your nerve system has its own rhythm and timing and connection to a thing. And whatever you're procrastinating on,
Hmm.
is something that you're not it's not something you'll never do. It's something that you, oh well, if you never do it, that's another thing. But in the space where you are
Mm.
procrastinating,
Mm-hmm.
if you identify as you are procrastinating and not someone is putting that on you, like, oh, you're procrastinating, it's something that your nerve system, your mind, your anxiety is causing you delay. You're not yet ready to do it, because if you're ready to do it, you do it,
Okay.
right? But the way it sounds is pro like for, crass like bad, and then if you look at stination, depending on how you break up the word, it's like to like process over and over and over and over. So you're just there sitting down being pro bad to yourself. If you
Yesterday was
are,
Groundhog Day. Remember the movie Groundhog Day?
yeah, 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 I know what you're saying.
Yeah. You're saying that, and I'm not I'm remembering the movie, and then I'm remembering that yesterday, and I'm remembering that like he just kept being in this loop, being in
Right.
this loop, trying to figure out how do I get out of this loop until he,
but but let's identify where the being, like, bring it into present moment. Where is it that you are? So if it, like, in the procrastination, for just an example sake, because obviously everybody's body is different, every body is different, right? So how your body perceives whatever needs to be done, that's getting the cloud of procrastination. Obviously you're not ready to do it. Obviously you don't feel capable, ready, able, willing. You don't understand everything, you don't have all of the tools. Something is causing you a delay, right?
hmm
So you are somewhere. And oftentimes we digest, or we take on the label, we ingest the label that's being thrown at us of procrastination, when really we're just trying to suss out the fullness of the situation so we can find our double dutch jump in on it. Like, is Eminem procrastinating when he doesn't jump on the beat where you think you would jump on the beat, but then he makes up for the time in another part of the music? No, he has his word. He has his sound. He has his own sound.
his flow.
Is Buster Rhymes procrastinate? Well, Buster Rhymes is a bad example, because every
That I mean,
that
he's
man touching
procrastinating on
every note. That man touching note that not there. That man
he's
touching the filler
procrastinating
moment.
on not stopping.
That man touching the pause. That man touching the rest. That man touching
Yeah.
every part. 25,000 beats to the bar for Buster. But the point I'm making is, it is very important to not take on the response
Label.
ability, saying that, oh yes, the only thing I have in me that's able to do right now is to procrastinate, to delay, with putting yourself down, rather to see where you are right now. I am waiting for more information. I am feeling uneasy about this thing. I don't trust this thing. I Whatever the thing is, like, I don't want to, put. I'm just giving
I
examples.
understand. I think what you're saying there is important because, like, I mean, for me, I literally despise the word. I just feel so
That's what I
filled
mean.
with
There's a
like,
reason why we do, because
yeah,
it's not.
yeah.
It's not respectful of our nerve system's response to the fullness of the situation. People don't procrastinate. People don't delay or put off their progress for no reason.
But okay, so you don't accept the label of it. There are
Me?
things that you do. No, like just you. That's what you're suggesting. That's what you're expressing. That we should not take the responsibility of the title and the label. Is that what you? Is that what you? The
In the way
statement.
that it's generally utilized against you to bring a shroud of shame.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That's
So
specifically what I'm saying. I'm saying
respectfully.
own the delay, but more than own the delay, own where you are. If I'm driving from Cashews to Viewport and it's raining endless, and I'm stuck in Bexor because there's water and we have to pause for a bit, I'm not
Can you be like
procrastinating.
more specific because you're being super specific?
I'm not like, Gasa, where you? Oh, I just there Bexor, eh? that she really
Depuis
procrastinating.
là, garçon. Depuis
I'm not
là.
procrastinating. I'm for safety. I'm navigating the road in a better way, or I'm actually the way the road looking there. I'm actually gonna come around the other side, so plans
Taking
change.
my time.
Yeah, and I'm taking my
But
time.
isn't that different though? Isn't that different? Or
What
is
do you
it
think?
that okay, you're taking your time, you're guarding your energy and your the
But
no if you if,
that's what people are doing when they are procrastinating. But we don't
right,
have
but what
any.
I'm saying is
Yeah,
when you break it down like that
yeah.
to the person that is saying you're procrastinating,
Mm.
the
They
onus
should
is
be
on
minding
them
their
now.
business.
The onus is on them now to be like to appreciate and listen to and say, but hey, the person is just doing what's best for them. Now, how do you put that into a team? Okay, like at work or a team environment or like a family environment. So I'm listening to this book right now, and the guy he was late. I think he's an author, and he was late, and his sister said, I'm looking for the title of the book. His sister said, yeah, but you should have he said he was late because of the weather. Like you said, it's raining in Bexar, blah blah blah. And his sister told him, yeah, but you should have considered the weather before you even left the house. And he's, you know what I'm saying, is like, like, bitch, what are you talking about? The name is it is Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. Everyone in my family has killed someone. Yeah. And he's talking about his sister being critical of him arriving to the family reunion late. And he made the excuse that it was the weather. And she's so much to the point that she's not accepting the fact that she knows that he doesn't really want to be there. He knows that he doesn't want to be there, but she's like, oh well, but you should have checked the weather
No,
before
but why
you
doesn't
even
she?
left.
So she's so smart. Why doesn't she just address that issue then? Why doesn't she just call that out?
Exactly. Which
So
one? No, I
what
said
you bringing
exactly like
up
I know
there,
it.
what you bringing up there is a very important but bigger conversation. Obviously, where if you're on a team, if someone is delayed, is different from somebody is procrastinating, and I'm talking about is holding something up, delaying something. I, I'll put myself as an example. Um, there's this team that I'm part of, and
Mm-hmm.
for a long time, I held us back
Okay.
purposefully, mindfully, because your brakes on your vehicle, not procrastinating. It's not a tool of procrastination in a bad way. It's a tool of delay, timing, and stopping you for safety and for health. And I'm
All
always
right.
there to be that anchor and wait in a situation to be like, yeah, you're running too far too soon. You're
Okay.
gonna burn out. That's not the way. That's not efficient. So you want to performatively show up to something and look, oh, what, oh, look at what we did, look at what we did, look at us, look at us, look at what all the things that we're doing, and we don't have the foundation to sustain that.
All right.
So I'm holding us back. I'm holding us back.
Yeah, but you're doing that mindfully, and
But that's what I'm saying. But I
you're
had been
communicating to
accused.
the team that that's
I do
what
that
you're doing. Mm,
right. So that's why I said it's a bigger thing that you're talking about, because in
right.
my situation, I am saying that. But even when I was,
Right, but
a lot of people didn't.
you have team members that's looking at you and say, "Wow, that girl real procrastinating." Eh?" Now I
That's what
know
I'm
what
saying.
you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying internally. You know why you're doing it,
But no, but
but
I
it's
also
the
externally explained it. I didn't just, it's not me. So I am on a team. So I'm not just keeping us back by myself. I'm not like just doing it, doing things to sabotage us in the background and not showing up. I'm saying I'm not making that vote. I'm not moving forward with that. I don't think that that's something that we should do. And I'm saying that's like been explained. I'm
I
saying
understand.
even where it's been explained, it's not easy to digest because people don't want to take what I'm putting a light on is a majority of us thinking that we further than we are, and we're not. And if you can't see something, okay, we all everything is a risk, fair enough, but not everything. A great many things are a risk. But if you can see something, it is your duty and your responsibility to respond to it, to make provisions for it.
Right.
If you provision it already, if life insight would give you that grace of that vibe, that intel, saying, "Hey, what? That going to burn out real quick." You can't
But
access it.
you're a mindful, whether it be team member or team leader. So for example, in my latest endeavors as like a performing artist, a touring artist, I'm constantly reminding my team that as much as it's important to get where we're going, it's just as important to rest when we're there. It's just as important to recharge our batteries and refill our tanks before and
And to
after we
just
do
be
what we
there,
do. And that
to just be there.
right, and that yeah, and that's like that has to be scheduled at this point. If we're gonna be moving so quickly and do the performative thing and then what did Big Sean say? I grind from Friday to Friday. I need a spa day. Like yo, it's no joke because
Yeah.
you people see you go up on this stage or stand up behind the mic and they think you're so confident and you're so this dude. You are literally you good over there? You are literally discharging your battery at the fastest rate possible. Your adrenaline, your everything is just like boom, and you said the VAP, like that is VAP on fleek. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like it's just over. And they want to. It's a plane, it's an autograph, it's a picture, it's a this, and I'm not trying to sound ungrateful because like that they tell you that's what you signed up for, but then just like the working out, where's the recovery? I wanted to go to the gym so bad this morning because like I'm on a mission and I'm doing good and I'm disciplined and I'm consistent. But like, yo, like if I don't rest, how am I even going to appreciate what I'm even doing?
Yeah. Anyway, so I mean, that's
Anyway,
oh,
bye, Dupes.
no, that's not how I meant it. I'm saying that brings us back to the reparations. It brings it full circle. It's that's a lot of the time what your body is doing. So another good word to bring there, another good word for us to bring in that I work with a lot in my work is resentment. And that was a big thing that I was working through last week. It was listening to my resentful body, the parts of my
Hmm.
body that are full of resentment to the process
So
for
is every
what.
emotion, all right, break this down. Maybe we've spoke about this in private, but like, is every emotion a valid emotion? Like, you're saying a lot of things
Hell
that
yeah,
people
what?
that people will take like a negative connotation. You're like procrastination, resentment. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear these things,
Everything.
you when
Of
you hear this when you
course.
hear these things, the hustle porn people, the toxic, what do you call it? Toxic gladness, toxic happiness people are like, we don't use words like that. We don't feel things like that. And I feel like, but then how do you write a sad song? How do you know the difference? You know?
I come in for you on that one. And that's why I table in that. How do you write a sad song? You and I have to talk about that privately first, and then we'll bring that to the public. But
I'm very happy. I'm very happy writing my sad songs, by the way.
too
It's
happy,
called
but
just
we'll talk
it's
about
called
it later.
juxtaposition. She said too happy. You right, my girl. Oh, BFF.
Well, what I mean is you have a block to letting the sadness flow out of it. It still sounds too happy.
What? Anyways, I agree. God can deny it.
Thanks. Thanks for making my job easier. Anyway, um
If you saw how much I drank of that tea there.
I saw. So my body was facing its resentful it was doing its resentful inventory, and it was telling me like it was dripping me up like we can't do that like that anymore, we can't do like this anymore, like this we actually never really got to the roots of that. So this is where we left off with this. Like we have a how much work to do
Mm-hmm.
with this part and that part, and that all of that I'm saying is these are the
This
things
is
that
what
you,
you're communicating to yourself.
yeah, these are the things you open up yourself for when you allow your body, your nerve system, your somatic body, meaning your nerve system, to
Mm-hmm.
feel everything, and that you become the safest place. That song Safe and Sound,
Mm-hmm.
you become safe and sound to hear the fullness, the high pitch and the bass of how you really feel about something. So it's not where you have to be like, yeah, well, I'm okay, and be all in a high pitch. Oh, yeah, I'm good. And you have to talk fast and just kind of skirt over it. And yeah, you know, well, this happened this week, but then, like, because you're really trying to like make everybody know that you're okay. So, I mean, that's not. I'm saying that's what we're socialized to do. That's not what I was doing. That I've long not been doing that for
Mm-hmm.
to myself, and I've long that's my work is to encourage people to allow themselves to create safe and sound space in themselves to listen to yourself about how you really feel about something, what you really think about something, what you really want to do in response to it, whether it be
Right.
nothing or something huge or something small. So I'm just saying,
Right.
when you look at these reparations and the procrastination of one thing, it's because another part of you is going back for the resent messages. So resent mental or sentimental. That's where resentment comes from. That's the sacred dialogue
Oh
coding
shoot!
for it.
So resent. Because I was about to stop you and ask you, are you going to the cent? And I'm like, oh god damn, god,
No.
why are you doing this to me?
R
Resentment,
so we sent
resentment.
yeah, these messages keep being sent again and again. Your body's like, oi, hello,
Deal
you
with
will
it.
take care of that yet.
You procrastinating.
Right. Well, so you procrastinating on, so that's what procrastination is. It's when you doing all the external, but
Right.
somehow there's a delay happening in the body because you're not taking care of the internal alongside it effectively. Yet it's okay. It's all progressive. It's not no big deal. It's gonna get done. Um, but we're here talking about reasons to live and honoring those who did not get it done, those who can't find reasons to live, those who don't know how to, those in ourselves who don't know how to face our true sentiment to something. Even in our culture, we say, upani, upani pia satima. That's supposed to
Hmm.
mean shame. As though
Right.
that's the biggest, yeah, as well as the biggest sentiment that one can express, that takes note, that the public will take note of. So you only care about my
We have
shame
we have someone in
and
the
my
chat, so I
feeling.
just wanted to acknowledge them since
Oh,
they were still there.
go.
So we have Shreffler. I know him as a member of Level 4, and I know he's a solo artist now. But he's asking, he doesn't know about you, so he wants to know, who is Zyla? Is she an artist? Okay, so can you give us a quick reintroduction? Welcome to the world.
Ah,
Just something brief, Rasta.
of course. I'm.
Where do you begin?
You say where I am, who I am.
Don't do that to me. I don't want to do that right now. You are a teacher. You are a healer. You are an artist. You are a friend. You are a sister. You are my auntie. Where you want to go from there? I won't stop. I hyper.
Okay, so
Allow you to reintroduce yourself.
my name is.
Zai.
My name is Ho.
Zai. X to the Y. See?
Hey.
That's the next one I want.
Um.
That's the next one I want on my messages. When you don't feel free up, I want that in my message. My name is Zai. X to the Y L A W. No, I never fell. La la la. You see? Yeah. You see? That's how you write a song.
All right. All right.
Sunio go well. Anyway,
I never give anybody a go pull.
Malavo.
I don't know if that's bad
That's
or
one.
good.
That's one other show. 'Cause
Is it that I'm so
that's
forgettable?
that's what she said.
Anyway, let's get back on track. Um,
Yes.
yeah, good luck to us. Um, I am a sacred dialogue intuitive artist. I teach people to trust themselves. It's a self-created module of work, body of work, based on other work that I've done in my earlier years in school with psychology and drama therapy and movement therapy being the like school training stuff. So I started with community activism work, addiction therapy work, sexual violence work. Um, I have an NGO that does work with survivors and supporters of survivors of sexual violence of all ages and stages. How do you support a lover, a friend, a child, anybody, yourself through the disclosure process, so coming to terms with, oh my gosh, this happened to me. So that's specific to sexual violence, but also if all the traumas, little and big, that a family unit goes through in a lifespan. So having a child, losing a child, um, and losing a child, like yes, like losing a child like miscarry, but losing a child when they go off to school, when all sorts of ways, when they go up north to school, all the different dynamics of big and little traumas that happen in the family units. So I do work with individuals and families to help um, create those tools of communication that we can talk about difficult and terrible things with a lot of love. So that's what I do with my work.
Yeah.
And yes, I am an artist. I write, I sing, I perform. I haven't done that on a stage in a long time, but I'm always singing into my voice
On a
recorder.
traditional stage, my people. On a traditional stage.
Yes.
On the stage of life, she does it every day.
Thank you. And I
Mm.
do I do utilize that very strongly in my work. I sing to my clients. I am an artist and a full, yes, thank you for saying that. I am an artist and a full performer in my life. Like you're always in session when you're talking to Xylo. I don't turn it off.
Yo, yo,
So
yo. That's all I have to say.
um so like friends will call me and they'll be like, yo Zai, what you feel about that? And then so we'll have like, like the regular, I'll just listen as a
And
friend.
then she does this thing that your metaphysical friends do. They're like, yo, Zai, what do you feel about that? She's like, well, actually, how do you feel about that? And you're like, oh my God, here we go. I can't lie to her.
But then I also do tell you how I feel about that, and I
Of
and I
course you
and
do,
then
but
I
I mean,
rip and then I rip whoever is hurting you a new one.
yeah, she
And
rips your reality apart. So if you've
and then
ever
I
seen
put you back
across
together.
the spider
And then I put you back together.
party,
I have scaffolding and I'm there with you through the whole process. And I think the biggest compliment that I've ever gotten in my work is some of well is that is nicknames. That's compliment My compliments are my nicknames in my work, and most of them are private and confidential because it's counseling is the root of the work. um
yeah.
but I think in a shareable space like this one, being called auntie, being called
I have you
mom,
you saved in my phone as anti
being
venom.
called mom, being called Granny Zell, um, being called, of course, sister, mom, I definitely dad and brother.
Really
I
now?
Yeah, I definitely I live to listen and to teach people to listen to themselves, and it is an artwork and an art form for me. So making it to a mic, making it to the external performance is such a sensitive thing for me because a big part of my work is about sharing what's truly shareable and keeping what's sacred and private very confidential, and teaching us to do that for ourselves and only sharing with consent.
Sacred
So
dialogue.
that's why it's called sacred dialogue. It's about when all the lights are off and you close your eyes at night, or you're in the shower, whatever the space is, driving long drives, whatever those private spaces for you are, how do you really talk to yourself about yourself? How you really think and feel about yourself? And then my work goes into another space where it goes into dealing with colonial tangents that are living in our day. When people call it post-colonial, I say it's actively colonial. It's passive actively colonial. And that's worldwide, but that's specifically St. Lucia, that's specifically the region. So I go into all other spaces of that and do reparational work in all sorts of spaces for that. And I think that's a good example. I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, listen, we got it. It's canon. It's
Yeah,
canon. It's like
yeah,
your story, you know. And he laughed. He laughed when you said granny. And I mean, it's really one of those things where it's if you know, you know, you know. If you know, you know.
yeah.
That's
It's
aunties and
granny
uncles.
because
They're they're
it's like, did you eat? Here's some food. Tell me what really
mhm.
happened, and
Unconditional vibes. It's an unconditional vibe.
I'm just there for it. I'm
No,
there. I'm here
yeah,
for us. I'm here for us. Like when I say here, I talk about the podcast being called Reasons to Live. Like God put that in me. He put that on me. Or that song, I the Lord of Sea and Sky. Who shall I send? You know that
no.
song?
You can sing it. You can sing it.
It goes, I, the Lord of sea and sky, I have heard my people cry.
Okay, I think
Who
yeah. I think I've
will
heard that.
give their life for them? Whom shall I send? He sent me. And many of us. He sent all of us. He sent all of us.
Yo, and then I don't ever
He
take
sent
the time to
all
put
of
things.
us.
I don't
And I'm
put
just
things
here to
together.
highlight. I'm here to highlight. Hey, you remember that's why he sent you? Do you remember that's why he sent? Because this is why he sent
Yeah,
me.
that's why he just sent you because it's like I have you saved as auntie in my phone. My nickname when I'm talking to artists and creating space for them and doing things is Uncle Dupes. But I never took the time to process it the way
Sorry,
and
that
it was
song left playing in me.
Marshall Montano was the one that gave me that name because he was like he's like you're no longer Dupes, you're like Uncle Dupes because people can confide in you and and I remember yeah it's one thing to become a father, it's another thing to become an uncle, and most uncles or most black American uncles will be like yeah because you could go home, you got to go home, you ain't got to stay here, but it's that uncles create a space for you, I guess as a nephew or a niece to like still have a parent but still like explore who you are without feeling like I gotta be like my dad all the time. I gotta be I gotta be like my mom. It's a little bit of it creates a buffer zone for growth. And I look up to I look up to every one of my uncles because like at the very least, if I don't want to do what my dad's doing, I could do what they're doing and they're gonna be cool with it, or I could learn something. So wow, thank you. That's another reason to live, you know. That's a
Yeah,
real just because even the way I speak to my nephew, I pick up my nephew from school every day. And even the way we speak to each other, he's only like 5, but there's a difference. He's like, yo, can we go to the toy store? Can I go get my Velociraptor?
oh
And I'd
my
be like,
gosh.
and I'd be like, nah, because we gotta go to grandma. He's like, nah. And it was like, he's like, it's all right, uncle. I understand. I understand. I was like, you understand? What do you understand? And then we drive past, and then I'm
I
explaining to him how
understand
there
that you
used to
are incompetent, unable to
basically
get me my
that's
Velociraptor.
essentially what he's saying because he's like, do you even know what a Velociraptor is, uncle?
Is
You don't even know what a Velociraptor is.
so how could you
And
even help
then
me get it if you don't even know what it is?
precisely, and then I'm explaining to
Can't
him
trust
how the
adults.
Toys R Us that you cannot trust adults, you know, and that's one thing all kids need to where are we going?
The man just asked who is Xylo, and then the I the Lord of Sea and Sky, and then Uncle Dupes, and
I, the
then
Lord of sea and sky. Yeah. Baby Beluga. How much is that dog? Now, I wanted to ask a question about how much
oh,
is
we
that
need to have
dog in
a
the window.
playlist of each podcast.
Yeah, but the whole show started because I made a playlist. So all of those songs
Oh
can go on the
yeah,
playlist.
full
Yeah,
circle.
the whole show started. So I wanted to ask about the doggy in the window. Um, how many years you been listening to that song? How many years you been know that song? Over 25 years?
There's
Did you
always
ever
be
get the answer?
It's supposed to be it's over 25 years, over 30 something years. One
Whatever
G,
the question is,
why
whatever
you
the
have to
answer is.
put
But
why you have to put um
the question I'm asking is, how much was the damn dog? I don't think we ever got
oh
the answer.
it's not for sale.
Oh, it
It's
wasn't for
it's a
sale. It's
yeah,
priceless.
yeah.
Ah. Now here's another one. Here's another
Yo, we
one.
have to remix that song. We have
Here's
to do a
another
vibe with that song.
one.
We have to sample that song.
There was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was its name. Is Bingo the name of the dog or the farmer?
Had a dog and
There
bingo.
was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name.
There's a farmer. There's a man. There was a
Yeah,
man.
because you learn that in Saint Lucia where everybody is a farmer, but in
Boy, you thinking
America,
of the farmer in the Dell. That's
okay,
what you're
there
thinking of.
was a man who had
Who
a
had a
dog, and
dog
Bingo
and
was
bingo
his
was his name.
name. Oh,
No.
Bingo.
And
Whose name is Bingo?
bingo was his name. I guess the man, the farmer,
So
the man.
I got it to say farmer. We need a drinking game. We need a drinking game. We
You
need a
think you
drinking
and I
game.
need a drinking game? You think you
We need
and
a
I need a
drinking
drinking game?
game for the people watching.
We'll do the almond milk. The almond milk
Yes, that's
shot from the almond cow. I don't know the joke here. I seen what I want.
hmm. Don't let me, and I'm googling right now. There was a farmer had a dog.
It said farmer?
Yep.
For true?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
UMG is about to shut us down.
I have to sneeze. So you said in that nothing my brain have to go to was the Mr. Bojangles. Where that coming in? The
Mr.
bingo?
Bojangles. The
No,
B and the
it's
O.
sad. I know. I love that song so much. Anyway, let's go back. So, reasons to live. Thank you so much for asking. It was good to hear myself answer that question again. It's always good to
And it's recorded.
hear that, hear where we are in how we express our reason, mission, purpose, what we out here doing with the resource of breath that life gives us. So, thank you so much for asking.
Okay. Now I'm gonna do a time check. We are now at 53 minutes live on.
Time to bring it down, break it
We're
down.
gonna bring it down, but as we're bringing it down, I'd like to at least dedicate 5 minutes to polite society.
How dare you? We have to do that with production.
Yeah, but we're doing that thing where like you start something and it's like next week on Reasons to Live.
Oh my god. Polite society was so perfect. Boy, I was
Was it a reason to live though?
yeah. Yeah. I'm big up the writer Nina. Um
You did a deep dive.
that movie touched me very personally. Because of half of my heritage. It's very literal, you know.
Wow.
No lies were
Oh my
alluded
goodness.
to.
So when you know,
So
you know.
yeah, man, that Jaya and I just watched that movie and just like laugh and cry and freak out and the person they went there, they did like
So
listening, watching
does
us watch it must have been like if you could have that's what we're gonna have to like do them reaction videos
damn,
and like
that
and
should have been,
record
yeah,
that
that
because
I really should have asked you guys to do that. I really should have asked you guys to record yourself watching. So for those that really don't know, Polite Society is a movie that I've been like begging Xylo and production to like watch because I was just like, anytime I'd have a conversation with them and you're like, yo, gotta see this movie. And I mean, I almost feel like I was just like about the sisterhood. I just thought about the sisterhood. I know there's other layers in terms of the ethnicity, the expectations of family, the the just different aspects. But I wanted to ask you, like, when
Hmm.
you see someone create a work of art like that movie, does it remind you or strengthen your resolve as it relates to people of cultures telling their stories and how important that is? No matter how they tell their
Are
story,
you
whether it's
asking
fictional,
me if representation matters?
most definitely.
Ah.
And not just
Um,
representation from the right source. The source is very important.
okay, let me just, because you I kind of got a little too comfortable there for a second, and
My
I
bad.
want to be very clear. No, it's all good. I want to be very clear that the reason I said it in that way is because I do not appreciate the way the I don't appreciate the commodification of the word sound. Representation matters. That's why I said it like representation matters.
I got you.
But I want to know. I mean, I know you have me, but I said it mockingly, and I want to be very clear that I'm speaking to the commodification of that. Same way, we're not here for the commodification of weed or CMOS or all the things that are true to our indigenous people worldwide. So that's why I said it
Hmm.
mockingly.
Right.
Obviously, yes, representation matters, and obviously, true representation. We live in a world where we have to actually say that, right? We have to say true representation, which shows everything.
Right.
But yes, it is
Because
important for
words
us
matter.
to
Words
tell our whole
definitely matter.
story.
Words definitely matter.
100%.
Yeah.
Words,
Hmm.
word and words, it's word sound power, yeah? So it's the
Hmm.
is the real raw tone, what we call in sacred dialogue, the tonal intimacy, the real raw. Is it
Hmm.
being said from all the way down there? Is it being said from the root and all the way up through? So
Hmm.
yes, of course. Like when I first put on the movie, yes, I was all in my sweetness of like, oh my gosh, such a good sisterhood movie. Oh my god, yes, I love my
Hmm.
sister just like that. Heck yeah, go to the end of the earth and beyond. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like 100%. But then
Right.
as the movie unfolded and the fullness of the story came up and what the sisters are fighting for and what's being protected and what's being violated and how the culture condones that and how the society promotes cultures, all of us have it, but
Yeah.
there's specifics talking about one culture, but yes, the writer, the storyteller, and the actors as storytellers, as artists, really left it all on the
Okay.
screen for us to. I really appreciated the way they did it, the angle, the depth, the extent to which they had this like fun martial arts
Yeah.
technology being utilized, but
Special effects.
either, oh yeah, all the special effects and the blood. But I like that it brought you to the brink of, it's almost as if you're fighting like that, and it
Hmm.
and that's how it is.
I like that. I
So
really, really like that. I really like
yeah,
that because people will watch the trailer. You see, I'm always what I call myself when you guys saw. I was like, I'm a movie matchmaker. Like I kind of look at someone what they would appreciate in something and then say to them, you would appreciate this, because I
yeah,
feel like somebody would see the trailer and think, oh, this is this campy thing where these girls are fighting kung fu. They wouldn't even take the chance to realize, well, these girls really shoot are not like kung fu fighters, but the fighting represents the struggle of being this person, not even being this person in a society where you have to be polite like the title, but just finding yourself within the realm of, let's not even go too far, your damn self. You know what I'm saying? And that in itself is a battle.
it's a huge trigger for me. The word polite is such a huge trigger for me because on a very very personal level, and I never actually said this like on like out loud in a space like
Mm-hmm.
this before, but um Just checking if
But
my
it might be
body's
somebody's
if
reason
I'm
to live.
okay. Yeah.
But if you're not, yeah.
But when I had, thank you. Yeah, when I had gone through one of my when one of the violations that I had gone through years ago, and I spoke about it in my work, and I did interviews about it. I had done one interview with someone that was very close to me, and it was fully in trust. It was coming from love, but it was so hard to take because it was so desperate. Like they were so desperate for me to love myself that the energy was so intense,
Mm.
when basically they said that the reason that I endured one of the violations was because I was too polite.
Hmm.
And that was hard to take. It was true. But
Okay.
how does one become too polite? How did I become too polite? I had to sit with that in my
Mm-hmm,
body
mm-hmm,
because I
mm-hmm.
knew this person loved me.
Right.
And I knew they weren't like just trying to shame me.
Right.
But they were also disgusted in the moment when they said, it's like, well, you're too polite. And I was just like, ouch.
Hmm.
That took down all my walls because I had to turn in and face like, we train. I mean, I was a child at the time, so I was trained to be polite in a
Polite.
space where, yes, I'm not going to just speak up, speak out, and just say anything, any way, anytime, because this
Mm-hmm.
person is older than me. This person is supposed to be a protector, and this person is
Mm-hmm.
violating.
Mm-hmm.
So making that switch as a child is a lot of pressure. And then if you never break out of it, or you don't break out of it soon enough, you can have a lot of repeats of that. And that's basically what happened to me in the beginning, in my
Yeah.
beginning years.
Yeah.
So the word polite, when I saw, I'm just being honest, as far as when I saw the title Polite Society, I was like, oh my God, am I ready to watch this? um
This
and
bullshit.
and yeah, because it's a because even if I have done a lot of work on myself, and have healed a lot through a lot of my trauma and violations, um I'm always sensitive to myself, so I
Yeah.
always make sure. So I always take the time, and so I guess bringing it
You
to
be
the
that's
life
being
support.
that's I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but that's a level of being polite, not the colloquial meaning. You're doing you're doing maybe what the word should be, not what it
Oh yeah,
sounds like. Yeah.
yeah, to
Mhm.
myself.
Yeah, to yourself, yeah.
So
Yo, I
so
almost got gobsmacked, y'all. I almost got
nah,
gobsmacked.
it's showing the importance of the resentful body. Like if you
Hmm.
full of that recent, all these recent messages that are not getting their effective communication, both sides, the send and
Right.
receiving being resolved,
Hmm.
then you have a lot of problems. So I'm just saying, it's funny when you talk about the life support that we spoke about 2 podcasts ago. um a lot of times that's why people can't show up in life support for us, because as a culture we have been forced to support and be polite and show up in so many ways that when we attend something that is raw and unearthing us, it's going to make us unfold and unravel in public, and not everybody is ready for that. So um it's just a thing to be mindful of and considerate of, especially for our elders, because they're the ones who were at the heaviest hand and heaviest brunt of politeness in our
Hmm.
society, and have created, and it's been born in them, this addiction to politeness over all else.
Yeah.
um so yeah, it was a lot for me. Just the title was a lot. Like I was like, boy, if this is
So
good,
you
it's
had
gonna
to
be a lot.
overcome the title of the movie. You had to
Yeah.
you didn't have a nice title like the movie you sent me to watch was Kung Fu Panda. By the way, I went to see a premiere on Wednesday night. We could talk about the premiere next week. And the first poster I saw was Kung Fu Panda 4. So and I took a picture, so I'll send it for you guys. So we're now in overtime. We're 4 minutes overtime. I want to thank
Go
you.
watch
This
the
is
Amy Winehouse trailer. Oh my
what do you
god.
mean? The Amy movie?
Yeah, the
Yeah, the Amy
trailer.
documentary? Just watch the trailer. Okay. Well, then, if you want to give recommendations, you have to watch The Greatest Night in Pop, which
Okay.
was the night that they recorded "We Are the World." I'm getting literal chills because if there was ever a movie that refreshed my purpose as a producer, was watching Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, and Lionel Richie work their absolute tails off. These guys recorded that song in one night. You know what it is? One night for all of those people that were there. And I don't even, we have to talk about it. Please watch it. When you watch it, we will literally do a deep dive. Thank you so much. As is our tradition, we name our episodes as we end them. What are we reflecting on? What are the takeaways? Don't be a hater, be a procrastinator.
Right?
What are your takeaways?
I think I want to call it what's your true sentiment?
That's a lot. Okay, that's apostrophe S? Your
Yeah.
true SENT meant. All right. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what I want to leave everybody with. I want us to, as we go through the next week before we connect again at the next little plateau summit, ask yourself throughout the week, like, what's my real, how I really feel about that? Like,
Hmm.
what's my real sentiment on that?
Okay, vibes.
Senti meaning feel, to sense your sentiment on it. Your true sentiment is how you really think and feel about it, and where your thoughts and your feeling meet, like a Venn
Hmm.
diagram, like a triangle. I think this, I feel this, and that part right there in the middle.
Yo, that's what she said. Thank you so much. Reasons to live. Yo, shout out to the digital bodega. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Thank you so much for being part of our
We
Reasons to
love
Live. And
y'all.
somebody loves y'all. Y'all auntie love y'all. Y'all grandma love y'all. Y'all uncle love y'all.
You love you. Hey,
Amen.
love
Amen.
yourself. Love on